Hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. In the last episode, we were finally wrapping up the things we need to do at Skyhold. I want to have one last round of companion talks just to see if anyone has any new quests for us or things like that. And then all we have left to do is head up to the ramparts, and I'm going to bamf around Skyhold trying to get the Cowl Banters. Y'all ain't gonna see that. I'm gonna cut through that, but, you know, it'll probably take me a while. At least it'll be an episode for you, a few hours for me. Now then, next on my list would be the always fabulous Vivienne. Hello, my dear.
You've made such intriguing design choices for the castle, my dear. They must be inspired.
Thank you. Thank you, Vivienne. You're too kind. You inspired it. Josephine picks everything. So, if you have Orlesian decor, then I believe she says something like, oh, it was so well thought out to try and win favour with the Orlesians. And she says something very similar if you pick Chantry decor for everything, because I've gone with Inquisition, or if you pick like a mishmash. Off to a great start, Callista. If you have kind of a mix and match style with like Dalish drapes and Orlesian windows and a Ferelden throne, this is what you get. You get the, oh, very intriguing design choices. Also, if Vivienne hates you, then this comes off as a lot more like, they must be inspired, you dumbass bitch. Compared to this, which is actually like, oh, they must be inspired, like, yeah, you're too kind, Vivienne.
Thank you, Vivienne. I'm glad you approve. When things have settled down a bit, I will take you to Valroyo and introduce you to my seamstress. And appearances are important. We can't have you mistaken for a commoner.
I am a commoner. I should be one of them. I can't be materialistic. I suppose you're right. Ooh. Oh. Here's the thing. On one hand, I think Aenor could agree with Vivienne. Because, here's the thing. Everyone has ignored her. Aenor has spent this entire time being like, guys, this is making me really uncomfortable. I'm not Andraste's herald. Can you not? Please, this is really upsetting me. And everyone has just gone, oh, we don't care. We don't care. We think you're chosen. It's destiny. You're the beloved of Andraste, blah, blah, blah. They're trying to turn her into a figurehead. I think on some level they are trying to strip away the things that make Aenor, and they're just like, okay, you're this symbol now. You're a symbol of hope. And I've said this before, Aenor, she's willing to play that role for the kind of for the disillusioned, for the people who are suffering. To her friends and companions, hell no. No, you will not treat me in such a way. But like some random peasant who's just like, my house was destroyed by Corypheus's archdemon. Oh my god, I love you, Herald of Andraste. To them, she's like, oh shit, like, I'd feel bad ruining their day and basically being like, nah, you're wrong. So it's like, I'm a smile and nod. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, I hope your farm gets rebuilt or whatever. So on one hand, I could see Aenor saying, oh, I suppose you're right. But on the other hand, she is a commoner. She isn't anything special or out like that. And is Aenor still trying to cling on to parts of herself? And At this stage of the story, I think she is. I think everyone is taking so much of her, and they're trying to mold her into this symbol that isn't even really a person anymore. They're trying to make her into something that Aenor doesn't recognize. And I think the parts of her that she can keep private, the parts of her that aren't on scrutiny, you know, to the world, that aren't being scrutinized by the world, I think she is still trying to cling on to them.
What's wrong with being a commoner? There's nothing wrong with your birth, my dear, but you need to be an inspiration to the people. You command an army of the faithful, outfitted by the coin of the nobility. You must be a woman who commoners aspire to be, and to whom nobles bow.
That's a lot to live up to, and style is enough. Let them judge me by my deeds. Here's the thing, nobility is fickle. Saying, oh, let them judge me by my deeds, yeah, that's all well and good, but if you don't do anything for a while, then they're just going to go, oh, what have you done for me recently? Like, what have you done in the last 2 weeks? Nothing? Yeah. And I think Aenor isn't naive enough to believe that that's not how nobles are. Yeah, that is an awful lot to live up to.
That's quite a lot for one person to pull off, don't you think?
It is a challenge all great leaders must face, Inquisitor. The stories of your accomplishments will spread, and with them, doubt. Are you truly the woman from the tales? They will question what they've heard, but they will believe what they see. They must see someone greater than legends.
You hold the divine to that. There are others, and if I fail, this seems pointless. Ooh, I will say, I think Aenor, I do think she appreciates Vivienne's advice here, because this doesn't seem to be, I want you to be a religious figure. This seems to be like, let's play into appearances, because people will believe what they see, even if they don't believe what they hear. Vivienne is coming at this from a strategic viewpoint, rather than a religious viewpoint. And I think Aenor can appreciate that. You know, Vivienne isn't insisting, no, you're the herald. I need you to be the chosen of Andraste. Vivienne's just like, yo, let's get you some fancy clothes. Yeah, is this what you hold the divine up to, then?
If that's your standard for me, what does the divine have to live up to?
Andraste and the Maker cast very large shadows. The divine absolutely must set the example for all Thedas. She must seem to be the embodiment of the Maker to the faithful. She needs the authority of the Maker and the charisma of Andraste. It will be no small task to fill that vacant throne.
No, it will not.
Did you need something, darling?
Hey! We're Vivienne's bestie now, yes! I like that. Okay, thank you for the advice, Vivienne. It is always appreciated. And yeah, there's nothing dicking about around here. Okay, let's head up to see Liliana. How are you doing, my dear? Where? Oh, you're there. Hello.
Yes?
Okay, nothing with you.
I'll leave you to your work.
I like that she's got her own little shrine here. I think that is a very Liliana thing. And very quickly, is this the same? Yes, this is the same as it was before, and I noticed she had something on her desk. Is this still about schmooples? Yes, that's about schmooples. Now then, I believe the only people we have left to speak to are Blackwall, Cullen, and Cassandra. I think. That sounds about right. Oh, hello. I don't think we've actually been up here. This is a very nice view over Skyhold, though. Oh. I'm not gonna lie, I'm so tempted to jump off. I'm so tempted. But I won't. I shall refrain from jumping from that height. At least, oh, pardon me, excuse me, round the door. There we go. Liliana, you didn't see anything. You did not see that. You did not see Aenor faceplant into a door. Liliana, you are mistaken. Let's jump down. There we go. Now then, Cullen, I believe you want to speak to us. Hello there. You doing all right?
Inquisitor, I've found where the Red Templars come from. They're in full redoubt. The Knights were fed red Lyrium until they turned into monsters. Samson took over after their corruption was complete.
How do you know Samson?
He was a Templar in Kirkwall, until he was expelled from the Order. I knew he was an addict, but this... Red Lyrium is nothing like the Lyrium given by the Chantry. Its power comes with a terrible madness.
I believe you. That takes care of Samson. You're sure we can't use it? No! No, absolutely not. Yeah, if Cullen is saying that's what it can do, then, I mean, why would Aenor doubt him?
The Red Templars swarming Haven were proof enough.
We cannot allow them to gain strength. The Red Templars still require Lyrium. If we find their source, we can weaken them and their leader.
You want vengeance? Good thinking? What's your plan? Ooh. I'm drawn to good thinking. Because that is good thinking. If the Red Templars require both blue and red Lyrium, if we starve them of blue Lyrium, then they're going to be significantly weaker. Yeah, I don't think Aenor would jump to like, oh, so you want vengeance. That is a strategic plan.
I like finding the Red Templars' vulnerabilities before fighting them head-on.
We'll need every advantage against what courses through their veins. Caravans of red Lyrium are being smuggled along trade roads. Investigating them could lead to where it's being mined. If you confront them, be wary. Anything connected to Samson will be well guarded.
Okay then. Anything else, buddy?
As leader of the Inquisition, there's something I must tell you.
You can tell me anything. Well, this sounds ominous. Spit it out. This does sound ominous, but he's clearly trying to... He's trying to have a moment with us. Let's not be cracking jokes.
Whatever it is, I'm willing to listen.
Right. Thank you. Lyrium grants Templars our abilities, but it controls us as well. Those cut off suffer. Some go mad, others die. We have secured a reliable source of Lyrium for the Templars here. But I no longer take it.
You stopped?
When I joined the Inquisition. It's been months now.
But you could die. You seem fine. But why? Why didn't I know sooner? Oh! Oh, none of these are typically what I go for with Aenor. Why didn't I know sooner? Because it's none of your business, Aenor. This is his drug addiction. It's none of your business. I don't think she'd be so pissy as to be like, oh, why didn't you tell me? Just because he seems fine doesn't mean he is, so I'm disinclined to go with this one. And to be honest, I dislike the stoic ones for Aenor. I don't view her as stoic in the slightest. And this... But why have you done that? Like, it's so emotionally detached. And I don't... I wouldn't describe Aenor as emotionally detached. I'd say the opposite, actually. I think that's probably why everyone's behaviour hurts her so much. Once Aenor, if she dedicates herself to something, she is fully dedicated. She's not the type of person to have one foot out of the door, you know? She's like, no, I said I'd do this, and I'll do the thing. And I think all that she really asks for in return is that I'd like you to respect me. And it really feels like no one is here. It really feels like they are just like, oh, we'll use you. You can be an inspiration. And if you're miserable at the end of this and we've sucked all the life out of you, who cares? Like, I think that's kind of where Aenor is. She's like, I'm doing all of this and no one is bothering to respect how I feel. No one cares that they're making me really uncomfortable in all of this. But I can't really do anything because I'm the only one with the mark. I have to just kind of get on with it. That does just leave me with, but you could die. Yeah, I think she'd be concerned for Cullen. I think this makes sense.
Cullen, if this can kill you...
It hasn't yet. After what happened in Kirkwall, I couldn't. I will not be bound to the Order, or that life any longer. Whatever the suffering, I accept it. But I would not put the Inquisition at risk. I've asked Cassandra to watch me. If my ability to lead is compromised, I will be relieved from duty.
I respect your decision. I don't approve. Fine, just do your job. Are you okay? I'll trust Cassandra. Yeah. Are you doing all right, mate?
Are you in pain?
I can endure it.
I'm drawn to this. I think Aenor feels like Cullen is being incredibly brave right now. If he doesn't want to take Lyrium, you know, she's not going to force him into it and all of that. And yeah, I just think she feels like he's brave.
Thank you for telling me. I respect what you're doing.
Thank you, Inquisitor. The Inquisition's army must always take priority. Should anything happen, I will defer to Cassandra's judgment.
Oh, Cullen.
Yes?
Okay, are you with anyone? I want to become a Templar. No, she does not. Yeah, this is all stuff we can ask later. Well, except for that one. We're not going to ask that one.
That's all for now.
Should you require anything, I'll be here.
You know what? We never climbed up here, so we might as well. Here we have Cullen's quarters. Apparently no one's fixed his roof yet, but maybe at some point. Maybe at some point he'll get his roof fixed. Whee! Okay. Now then, considering we're right by Blackwall, woo! I like doing that. Yeah, Blackwall buddy. Blackwall, how... Oh, also, is this... Yes, Way of the Champion. From Champions of Note in a Great Tradition, Lord Chance's words make one passage stand out. There is sacrifice in attaining the adulation of others. For while the champion is raised above all but their patron, this is done with the weight of expectation. Their shoulders bear the hopes of those they protect, the pride of those they inspire, and the demands of those they lead. And in becoming such a figure, the champion accepts not just the aspirations of his or her allies, but also the dangerous envy of the enemy. One must remember the figures of note who have come before, for the glorious tales of their triumphs are often punctuated by steep and sudden tumbles. They burn bright and draw others to their glory, but as anyone who knows of flames can attest, a simple shift of breeze or landscape can send the fire homeward. Those who seek the title never think themselves joining 100 bound for obscurity. They know they are the rare few who will permanently be enshrined in glory. If they did not think as such, they would not be fit to try. Many heraldic symbols follow, as well as martial instruction. There we go. Excellent. And then Blackwall buddy.
This is just... it's something to keep their hands busy. I'm grateful you tracked me down when you did. As exciting as wandering the woodlands was, this is better. It's good to be part of something so important. Something that could change things.
I'm glad. What about the Wardens? So we have your loyalty? Ooh. It's good to be part of something so important, something that could change things. I think Aenor views the Wardens in that manner. To be honest, I think Aenor is very envious of Blackwall right now. She's probably looking at him and thinking, oh, you can just be you. You're not trying to be molded into something you're not. Aenor kind of feels like the mantle of Inquisitor is smothering her, but like Blackwall doesn't have that, so, you know, she feels, oh, you're so lucky, but like you don't feel that way about the Wardens, pardon?
The Grey Wardens are huge and important. You're part of that.
True, but without a blight on the horizon, everything the Wardens do feels like waiting. This, the Inquisition, is what matters now. And I'm grateful to be a part of it. You are who you choose to follow. Someone told me that once. Took me years to understand what he meant.
Wise words. Isn't it obvious? Why follow at all? No, those are incredibly wise words.
There's wisdom in that.
It was a chevalier who said those words to me. A powerful man, but never without honor. A true knight. We met as competitors in the Grand Tourney. He left me with that advice before we parted. Put aside his own ambitions to help me win the melee. I don't think I even thanked him.
Yeah, this Grand Tourney, what's that?
What is this Grand Tourney?
You've never heard of it? The Grand Tourney of the Free Marches. It's a spectacle. Song, dance, wine, every amusement you can imagine. But the greatest part is the contest of arms. Prove yourself in the Grand Tourney, and you can make your fortune.
And what happened?
How did he help you?
There were 100 men on the field, each one fighting for himself. The knight and I had forged an alliance. It was just the two of us, and we took all comers. The goal, down as many opponents as possible. He always let me deliver the final blow.
A generous act. Why'd he help you? You couldn't win on your own? That sounds so bitch. You know, that was incredibly generous of the knight.
That was generous of him.
He said I stood to gain everything, while he'd lose nothing. When it was over, he offered to mentor me, to teach me to become a chevalier like him. And I, young and stupid, turned him down flat. I just won the melee at the Grand Tourney. I didn't need him. I should have gone with him. Perhaps things could have been different.
It all turned out not necessarily better. Regret is useless. I find that very interesting. I love that. That is such a cool insight into Blackwall as a young man. You know, he talks about how, like, oh, it was just the two of us. He always let me get the final blow, blah, blah, blah. And then his response upon hearing, like, oh, let me mentor you is, oh, I just won the Grand Melee. I don't need you. Completely ignoring the fact that without the Chevalier, he would never have gotten as many finishing blows as he did. That says a lot about Blackwall. Perhaps things could have been different. And I'm drawn to these. Because everything did turn out all right in the end. And here's the thing, different doesn't mean better. I think Aenor, she does think, like, oh, what would have happened if I had never been at the Conclave? if I'd have never gotten involved, what would have happened? Like, someone else could have gotten the mark, and they could have been a giant dickhead. You know, I'm stammering. My apologies. Oof. My brain had a moment just then. What I was trying to say is that Corypheus said that the reason why we have the mark is that we interrupted a ritual that was centuries in the planning. Maybe if we hadn't interrupted, then Corypheus would have gotten the mark as he intended, at which point we'd all be dead. That is definitely not better. I think that... I'm talking myself into this one. Aenor, I think the thing that's keeping her going... Because a lot of what I say about how Aenor is feeling is very negative, because Aenor isn't happy as the Inquisitor. This isn't what she wants. But I think the thought that keeps her going is that it'll turn out right in the end. Like, yes, I'm miserable right now, and I feel like parts of me that I love are being swept under the rug for this Andraste's Herald business that everyone's trying to push onto my shoulders, but it's not forever. In the end, I won't have to be Inquisitor. You know, once we've dealt with Corypheus, then I can stop being Inquisitor, and I can leave the Inquisition, and they can do their own thing. They can have another Inquisitor. It'll all turn out right in the end. This is for the greater good, so, yeah.
You're here now. A Grey Warden. It worked out.
I suppose it did, didn't it? But I'm older, hopefully wiser. And I think I've chosen the right person to walk with.
Oh, thank you.
At your service.
Okay, yep. That's good. That's good.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Indeed. Now that whilst I remember, because I believe this leads up to the kitchen, so again, please, Banter.
It wasn't so bad today. The cook was in a jolly mood. She didn't shout at all, even when I dropped the ladle.
Yes! Okay! Okay, there we go. That's one less thing I have to run around looking for. Good stuff. Oh, hey, Sigrid.
There's a rumor that Corypheus is in league with elven forces.
Which would those be? The mighty standing army of that land they don't have?
You can't trust them.
Maybe you don't want to say that so loud around the Inquisition.
This is different. The Maker did this.
Right. Now you're making sense.
This goddamn racist. This racist asshole. Sir! Can we just kill him?
Like, the soldiers make me nervous. Sitting around here, tempers get short, and fighting. I saw one soldier reach for his belt like he was going to draw a dagger on the man he was arguing with. I was lucky he'd lost his dagger, or there'd have been more than a bloody nose.
I have been running around Skyhold looking for Cowl Banter for ages, and what is this? What is this? It's like the game Nucci's recording now. Okay, go. Go, go, go. Make her look daft. I swear down, if... Because there's supposed to be some in the armory or close by to it.
The spiderwebs help stop the bleeding, and they prevent wounds from getting infected. Gather as many as you can. The strangest thing, though, I can't recall where I heard that. I think I remember a young man.
What is this? What? I'm very happy, don't get me wrong, thank you. Thank you, game, for triggering this, but what the heck? What the heck? There's one final one that we haven't triggered the first banter, and then there's the one that's supposed to trigger near the armory. It wasn't that one, it's a different one. Oh! What is happening?
Do you need something?
Okay, you're good.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Okay, and with that, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this, because it's gonna take me bloody ages. Oh, I'm very excited, but
Majestic. How is a place like this ever lost?
I don't know, with great effort, probably. I'm making it sound like I'm really not looking forward to this next bit. I am. It's just what I have to do to get to the next bit. In the next episode, we finally go and see Varric on the ramparts, and I most likely will cry due to my perfectionism. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.